Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Jeremy Scott Fitness Podcast, a radio show coming to you on this Sunday, February 22nd, 2026. Hopefully it finds you staying safe and staying sweaty all at the same time. On today's episode, we are wrapping with chef and founder of The Green Kitchen, Shannon Woodruff. But before we harass her real quick, housekeeping notes. One, I have notes here somewhere. Jeremy Scott Fitness app. You guys know it's live. Obviously, grab a week for free on me. JeremyScottFitness.app. Link is in the show notes. They're like week 7 into the Old Man Shredded program right now. We'll do piece number 3 later this year. We have so many drops coming free in the app. There's like a 2-day like busy new parent program I thought would be fitting. And then I have a old dads one too. All my shit's like old parents and old dads because that's what I am. So that's coming all for free. And then I got one from BJ Gaddour. I want to say it's like bands, bells, and something. Body weight? Something like that. It's 3 B's. A lot of alliteration. Anyway, that's all coming to the app for free. You guys obviously can pop in. JeremyScottFitness.app. Pick up a week on me. Any questions, as always, just ask. All my weekly stuff pops every Sunday afternoon for you. And then quick shout out to our homies at AG1. You guys know the one thing I take every single day and I never miss. You have to eat real food, obviously, as much as you can. But whatever you can't get and you want to cover the gaps in your micronutrients, because let's be real, I'm not going to eat 12 servings of veggies a day. That sounds awful and I don't want to do it, and I'm too lazy. So I do the best I can, and then I dump the AG1 on top of that, and that's how I roll. So if you guys want a free sample, hit me up. Monica will send you one right to your front door. I don't care what state, country you live in. We'll get it to you. You can try it if you like it. We'll hook you up with a year's supply of free vitamin D3 and K2 and a bunch of free sample packs on order 1. They do have the AGZ for sleep as well, you guys. It's no melatonin. It's not habit forming. If you want to try it, we think I got to have a bunch of flavors here still. So if you want to try that, hit me up for that. Otherwise, links in the notes, drinkag1.com, and we'll hook you guys up. And then everything else is below here. My homies at JLab Pro, where we get our protein, turmeric, collagen, and krill oil. That's it for me today. I'm tired. I got a lot of shit to do. And here we are. So with that, Shannon, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be here.
So let's do the easy version, or whatever, your intro, the who you are, kind of what you do, and then I'll kind of peel back from there.
Sounds good. So I'm Shannon Woodruff. I own The Green Kitchen, which is a local holistic meal prep and catering company. And we launched last year kind of on accident, and it's been exponential growth. And we focus on a real foods nutrition approach. I would love to get 12 servings of veggies a day, and that's my mission for most of my clients.
It's not the easiest thing in the world.
No, it's definitely not.
So you were always a chef, or like how did the whole food journey thing come about, I guess? That's the one thing, because cooking, like obviously I eat real food 95% of the time probably, but it's pretty caveman basic. I'm not by no means a chef.
Yeah, I'm not a chef either, actually. I just happen to own a meal prep company.
Yeah.
I learned to cook when
But what is a chef? Like oh, you're a cook, you're a chef, you're a obviously you go to whatever the training is, but I'm like, everyone's kind of their version of a.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I guess being maybe a personal trainer. You have to be certified for that.
No, but this is what the example I give on here all the time is this. Like the guy, in my opinion, I know there's people who are like in the space who would differ, and then people who do what we do for a living who take it, like you take your craft serious, but not yourself. That's how I word it. So yeah, what I do is more complex than teaching jumping jacks for a living. But at the end of the day, it's like adult PE. Is what we call it. And so in the food world, it's the guy at Waffle House is a chef.
Yeah.
And so is Bobby Flay.
Totally.
These dudes aren't the same.
Agree.
So in that sense, yeah, it is very similar to like what we do.
Yeah. So for me, I've honed my craft 25 years. So I learned to cook when I moved out at 17. I grew up in a ultra processed foods household, and I learned to cook hamburger helper when I was like 10 years old.
Because how old are you?
I'm 44, almost 44.
Yeah, we're in the same circle.
Yeah.
What
43.
was your favorite like hamburger helper?
Well,
do you have a favorite one?
The cheeseburger
macaroni.
Yeah.
That was my favorite too.
But I actually love tuna helper, which is a very unpopular opinion.
No, I would do that. There's
tuna helper's good.
A taco one.
Yeah.
And then the cheeseburger macaroni. Those are the two I remember.
So I would try and make it fancy. I grew up with pretty absent parents, so I was like the primary caretaker of our house and my younger brother. And so I learned to cook and get creative early. So I would get fancy and like throw a can of corn in it, can of peas. But I grew up, I never had eaten like fresh vegetables. We didn't have real produce in the fridge. And so I was young, and I learned when I moved out, I was like, I'm going to start experimenting. So I started playing in the kitchen. And then by the time I had kids, I had learned so much about nutrition and ultra processed foods. And I made their baby food. I was like, I can't handle them having all of these, ingredients that you can't name. So I got really into nutrition early, 25 years ago. And that really shaped like how I fed my family at home. And so I honed the craft of cooking real foods at home. And then accidentally launched this business. But, I had other businesses in the meantime.
Yeah.
I owned a brick and mortar baby boutique in Gilbert 20 years ago. And we closed because the economy crashed. And then I sold all of our merchandise. I sold it on eBay. And I learned how to do e-commerce.
Yeah.
And so that grew pretty quickly. And then I still needed a way to be creative. And my ex-husband bought me a sewing machine. So I retaught myself how to sew, which I had learned in home ec. Actually, home ec probably changed my whole life because so many of the skills I learned in high school, I have used to actually build businesses and make a living.
Do they still do that?
No. So one of the things on my heart is to form a nonprofit called Home Ec and like teach kids these skills.
I remember I took a class, So Amazing, when I was like a junior.
So amazing. SEW.
Yes, like So Amazing in high school. And I made boxers for sure that did not fit. And like a pillow.
We all did.
Yeah.
Boxers, flannel pajama pants.
Yeah. And then I would take, what were we took, because again, like I went to like at the end of high school, went to this like prep school that's like way too smart for someone like me, but they don't have classes like that. But in the public school, it was like Fabulous Foods or something, where I'd make like Orange Julius and like puppy chow and shit.
Yeah.
Like that's like what you would learn, but like basic stuff.
Right.
But at least like I would know how to make it.
Totally.
And it's crazy that they don't do that.
I mean, you can learn anything on TikTok now, but it's not the same.
Well, no, but like because I'm trying to think, at a 15-year-old man or boy, am I going to watch TikTok and make puppy chow at my house?
Right.
Like that seems pretty bogus.
You need it.
But if I'm stuck in a class,
structure,
I have to do it. Yeah.
So I learned how to retaught myself how to sew and moved into Etsy. And then I built a very successful business on Etsy. We had over 10,000 sales. I had a team of women working for me, and I burnt out on that. But marketing that business, and we were wholesale around the country. That was called Hustle Mama. So I was at farmers markets here, and we were wholesale at several locations around the country. But I learned how to market doing that business. And so I took that knowledge and I launched a marketing agency. So I had a digital marketing agency for 3 or 4 years. And then I was co-founder of a tech startup here. And during that time, I experienced a very severe health crash. And I had to take 6 months off work. I was suicidal. I had like extreme anxiety, depression, chronic fatigue. And I didn't know what was wrong with me. So this was 2021. And I was going through a lot of stress. I had recently got divorced. My daughter had a really severe eating disorder and mental health crisis. And so I took time off work and I started working with a naturopath, and we started testing like what was going on in my body. I did everything, but it wasn't until I found out that I had reactivated Epstein-Barr and heavy metal toxicity that I could like do something about it. So once we got those test results, I started a whole foods protocol, and within like 45 days, I was a completely different person.
And like, what is that like specifically? Like you go in there testing like what, like your waste products, like your blood, everything?
Yeah. So we started, I remember like I left work in June, and I was a single mom with 3 kids at home. Like it was a very hard decision, but I couldn't, something had to give, right? So we started testing things. She's like, well, let's test your hormones. Let's test your thyroid. Let's test food sensitivities. Let's just get a baseline of everything. And everything was looking okay. She's like, you're probably in perimenopause, right? And this was 5 years ago, 38. I'm like, really? That seems early.
Yeah.
So I wasn't, right? We kept like, okay, test this. So it was really interesting because at the beginning of this cycle, we tested my neurotransmitters. So all the brain chemicals, right? And everything was less than 10% of what it should be. So my brain was like, I had no happy chemicals. I had no reason to be alive. Like my brain was like this, just flat. So it was really interesting because from a data standpoint, be like, okay, obviously there's room for improvement here. But the heavy metal toxicity test was the one, and this is a test that I recommend every single person does because you can absorb these things in utero. You can, the school that you grew up in, like we were just talking about classes, who knows what kind of paint they used or whatever. And so
this shit had asbestos 1,000%.
Right.
For sure.
So you don't know what you were exposed to. and what you have. So the heavy metal test, basically you pee all day long. You collect all of your pee, and then they take a sample of that, and that's how they know that. But the Epstein-Barr was viral load. That was the test for that.
And like, what are the symptoms you have? Like, is it gradual, or is just one day you wake up and you feel like a bag of shit, or is it just over time it wears you down?
So she thinks it happened. So the three things that fuel Epstein-Barr, and most of us have Epstein-Barr. It's one of the herpes viruses. It's like 97% of the population has this.
Herpes.
Yeah. It's one of the HS.
That doesn't seem good, bro. It doesn't seem, I surely don't. Whatever the 2% is, that's me.
That's you.
100%.
Okay, yes, I believe
I used to live a little dangerous in college, so you're probably right. So continue.
Okay, so the three things that fuel it are heavy metals, eggs, and stress. And so for me, the symptoms were like, I didn't know what was wrong. And we didn't know yet. We hadn't done these tests. And I was getting acupuncture twice a week with her. And every time she'd be like, you have no chi. I'm like, no, I know. I feel like I have no life force. Like, I'm a vibrant, healthy person. And I just felt like I couldn't even keep going. It was actually very scary.
Like fatigue?
Fatigue. Deep fatigue, but also like a lack of presence. So for me, I know when I'm about to have a flare up because I'm like, I just don't want to do anything. I'm checked out of everything. And I am obsessed with my business and my life and my kids and my partner, right? And so when I start to get that, I'm like, oh, I'm stressed, right? And so I need to like manage these levels. Jet lag will sometimes kick me into a flare up because the body is like, taxed in a certain way. So my symptoms are anxiety, lack of presence, and fatigue. But a lot of other people get like a slight sore throat. You could just be feeling off, like sinusy. TMJ is one of the side effects or like symptoms of Epstein-Barr because it attacks the trigeminal nerve.
And like, if you went to, like, did you go to like a primary person first, or you went right to a naturopath? Because most people default to, I feel like shit. And again, my primary lady is a fucking gangster. And so like, she's also, it's different. She eats right. She trains. She's very open to, and I'll have like, again, I get to do this for a living. So I have a team of people who can communicate, which I think most people, if they go to it, they feel general fatigue. My sense of well-being is off, whatever. Hey, take an antidepressant or take whatever, and then you're on SSRIs for God knows how long.
Totally. And so, and I was to the point where I was going to tell my naturopath, like, I need an SSRI. I need something. And I've never taken anything like that before, but it was like, I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Right. And so we just kept digging because I wasn't really ready to make that call. I wasn't because I knew, and my intuition was telling me something is wrong here. Something is out of balance and you can fix it. Right. So no, I didn't go to a primary first because she is my primary, but she's also open enough that if I said, I need an SSRI, we've done all these things, she would write it for me.
You try it, yeah.
Yeah.
And so you go to her and then you start this whole thing. When does it start to get better? Or I guess what's hey, here's what the issue is. How do we really, obviously, like, I get the chronic stress part because we live in this, it's an amazing world. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'd much rather been born in 1983 versus 1783. But
for sure.
We've created a different ecosystem of go, 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 go. Because, like, and again, I've talked about this on here at nauseam. People are going to fucking tune me out. But like in the, if it was, the 1950s, like, you could work at a factory, your wife could stay home if she wanted to, you could hang out. Like, it was just a much easier path in certain ways and then harder in others. Now we've created this 24-hour news cycle. We're always inundated with shit. And it's amazing because you have the tech to be competitive, but it's the tiptoe theory. Now everybody has the tech, and now we all work 150 fucking hours a week in the hustle culture shit. And again, I'm as guilty of it as anybody. But I know the stress part of it is obviously enormous. So like, obviously you mitigate that, but what are the other things you do?
So for me, learning that eggs was one of the big, feeding sources. I was eating an omelet every morning because we were told that's healthy, right? So I was
what is with eggs? How does eggs do it?
Because so I went down a rabbit hole with medical medium. Have you heard of him, Anthony Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he says, that the viruses we have now, like Epstein-Barr has been around forever, but that it was trained in labs in the 50s and they fed it on eggs. So its primary food source, it's adapted to be eggs. And so when you eat eggs, the virus gets fed in your body. And so I dropped eggs. I'd been eating eggs every day. I'd also been eating kale salad with salmon from True Food because
kale alone is
well, an interesting thing is kale, organic kale traps cesium more so than conventional kale. So it's actually more toxic for you than conventional kale. There's just something about it. And cesium is one of the heavy metals. So I had these very high levels of cesium and mercury and lead. I was eating eggs, seafood, kale every day, pretty much, which we were told are healthy.
Yeah.
So I dropped eggs right away. I started doing 32 ounces of celery juice every morning. I did a heavy metal detox smoothie. I was on medically supervised chelation. So I had to take, I think it's DSMR, which is like a sulfur compound, and then do colonics every other week. For 9 months, I did that. But it was about 30 days dropping eggs, adding celery juice, doing the smoothies that I was like, oh, I'm alive again. And that was it. And then I was like, okay, I'm only eating, I did a whole 100 without eggs. So like a whole 30 diet.
Yeah.
I did it for 100 days. And it was that time that I was finally able to get back to work. I was prepping food on the weekends because I had to eat this certain way because my life literally depended on it. Like that's how I felt.
Yeah.
And I was prepping on the weekends, and then I got back to work and we were at a co-working space and people started sniffing around like, oh, what's that? That looks good. And then before you know it, like, I'm just a hustler. I was like, I'll make you some, right? I'll charge you costs. And then I had 19 clients at my office.
Yeah.
But I still didn't think that was a business. It was just like a hustle I did on the side. And it was fun because I loved cooking. I do love cooking.
It's so crazy too, like how some people eat 10 eggs a day for 100 years and it's like nothing.
Right.
Or eat fish every day and it's nothing. And then some people eat, well, it's like anything. Like you cannot be allergic to penicillin and then one day you're allergic to it or peanut butter or whatever.
Well, and for me, I think it was a combination of, well, I missed this piece, but my doctor said that she thinks that what kicked it up was when I had COVID in 2021, I think is when I got it.
Yeah.
But that it brings up everything that has been dormant. And so a lot of people who think they have long COVID or had long COVID, it's actually like a reactivated virus. And so those are the symptoms, right? So for me, it was a perfect storm of my diet, my stress, COVID, everything, you know, and I was a co-founder of a tech startup. Like it wasn't a low stress job.
No.
I was also in a relationship that wasn't healthy at the time. And so I was just like max stress levels, max egg levels, max fatigue, like all the things, right? Heavy metal poisoning.
Jeez.
So it was a perfect storm.
And how long does it take you to start feeling good? 6 months, a year?
I mean, I would actually say within like a month and a half, I started to feel better. But then by 3 months, I was just like, oh my gosh, I feel great. And then, I mean, I was in the best shape of my life because I was eating ultra clean, right? And yeah, it was probably 6 months. And I was still going through chelation. So even though I felt better, my heavy metal levels were still high. And I did chelation for 9 months. But then by the end of that year, I was good.
And then you're still working a job and you're making this, and then this is what turns into the business, like slowly, or how does I mean, obviously you're entrepreneurial, so like there's a natural jump there. And I guess, I could go 8 different ways with that, but is that how it kind of begins? Sort
of. So there was a gap year. I resigned from my position in early 24. Okay. So I got divorced in 2020, and then I was sort of figuring out where did I want to go in the Valley. And I bought a house in January, and then I resigned from my position in February. And that was in 2024. And I spent 2024 just doing marketing consulting and working for like high level coaches and authors.
Yeah.
So I got to work with some really incredible people, because that was part of what my tech startup did, is we supported marketing for coaches and like authors. And so I did consulting. And then I took one private chef client because I just did, but that business didn't take off. Like the chefing wasn't taking off.
And what is that like? Just what does that look like in general when you do that? Or like, I'm sure there's a million different levels to it.
Yeah.
But when someone's like, you're of a private chef, like in my brain, it's, I know what you do, but if it was like I'm watching Billions, right? And fucking Bobby Axelrod as a private chef who just like is on demand 24/7. Now, it's a billionaire, and so I'm sure he pays that guy $5 million a year to hang out. But for a normal person, normal in quotations, like what does it look, or like what did that client look like?
Yeah. So it's a really funny story about that client, actually, because I was dating. So this was 2024. I was dating. We met on Bumble, this client, who now...
That's a dating app, Sean. Swipe. Yeah.
We met on Bumble, and I had sort of soft launched both these businesses. So this was like March or April probably of 2024. And I was like, I'm going to
Bumble's where the girl accepts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm old as fuck, so I've never been on a dating app.
Yeah. I hadn't either. It was actually a lot of fun, but that's because I'm a great communicator and I have good boundaries. So I had a really good
And you get
experience.
to pick.
And you get to pick.
Versus like farmers only or something where it's like maybe everybody.
I didn't know at first. I think I signed up on Hinge first, maybe, and I didn't know how to work the app because I also had been married 16 years, right?
Yeah.
So I get on the app and then I wake up in the morning and I have 250 matches. And I was just like, I can't even process. Like, I would have to hire an assistant. So I just deleted the whole thing. And then I like waited a few weeks and figured out how to do it.
Yeah.
But so I go on a date with this guy, and he's interesting for both of my businesses because he's got a ticketing company here. His name is Grant. And we talk about both the businesses. You know, I don't feel a connection. He was a super nice guy. I really like him. And so after I send him a message and I'm like, you know, this wasn't a great fit, but if you're interested in the personal chef service, because he's got 2 little boys, and or the marketing consulting, like would love to work with you professionally. And he's like, yeah, I would. I actually could really use some chef services. So I built him a menu and I cooked for him for about a month. And then it just wasn't a great fit. Like financially, it didn't make sense for him. And for me, the marketing stuff was really taking off. So we just kind of stopped it. And then fast forward to now, he's actually a partner in my business.
Oh, nice.
So once I scaled the business to become meal prep, I invited him back to say, like, you know, this might fit your model now. And then he became my investor last August. So he's a
like
partner.
when you take someone on, like, do you grocery shop for them and then go make, like, how does what's a normal, if someone was to pay you, like, hey, come in, do it, what is it from start to finish?
It's actually really fun. So I meet with you like this. We talk about your goals. Like maybe you want to hit a certain number of protein. Maybe you're doing autoimmune protocol. Maybe you want to eat carnivore, right? I'm like, what are your goals? And I know all of these things just because I'm obsessed with food and the different ways we fuel ourselves and like, how does it make us work? It's all science. So
if I was like, hey, I want to get shredded or I want to get whatever, and here's the foods I like, here's what I'm willing to eat, blah, blah, blah.
I don't like onions. I don't like cilantro, this and this. So I build a menu for you. And then after this call, I send it to you. I say, let me know if you want any changes. And then what I do is I shop. And at the time I was prepping in a client's home. So I would show up with all the groceries and prep at your house, label it, leave it in your fridge, clean your kitchen, pack up and get out. And I was billing $100 an hour for that, sometimes $125.
It doesn't seem like that outrageous.
It's not. Actually, I would tell people.
How long was it take you then?
I'm super efficient, so that's one of my gifts. But it would take me about 2.5 hours. So you're looking at out the door with groceries, like around $400, $4 to $5 would be the average cost, and that would feed you for a week.
Dude, that's not. Well, I buy expensive ass shit, so that's more. And I eat a fuck ton.
Yeah. So I actually have. We're going to talk about this, but I've launched a community that teaches chefs how to do this because it's a really great business model. Yeah. You have flexibility. You get to pick who you work with.
Cook.
If you can cook.
Yeah, I'm dog shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like I'm very. It's basic stuff, but that doesn't seem insane to me. Like if I was a lazy, and I mean this in the most loving way, everybody. If I was a lazy ass. And I couldn't heat up elk meat and just dump cauliflower rice into it and mix together. Like, that doesn't seem bad at all.
Well, and maybe you'd want something more fun, right? Yeah. Like, I get to bring creativity and work within your... It's a game to me. Because you're telling me all the things you like and don't like. And I'm like, ooh, I want to delight you, right? It's fun.
Yeah. So they would be like, hey, I'm going to hit... My macros are XYZ.
Yeah.
Here's what the food would look like. This is... Do they tell... I mean, I'm assuming just tell, like, here's the kind of meat I like.
Yeah, I go through a questionnaire. So I built a questionnaire that's like, you know, what are your preferred protein sources? Some people don't eat pork, right? And I'm a light eggs. And knowing what I know about eggs, I'm like, I don't want to make you eggs every day, right? So I also bring in my knowledge. I try to build in 30 different fruits and veggies every week so that you're getting that because that's for your gut microbiome.
For sure.
I've been to the blue zone, so I bring in that knowledge. Like I have a lot of it's experience, it's lived experience, right? Yeah. So I built that and then you're fed the best you've ever been in your life.
Yeah, that doesn't seem crazy at all, actually.
It's great, but it's not scalable.
No, it seems awful to me, like, because I don't want to cook and make food, but I'm like, if you like it, yeah. Yeah. But no, you're only, that really is you're the doctor. Except you can't see. That's why the medical model is fucked because the normal primary guy's got to see 25 different people a day, every day, 5 days a week. They can't give you more than 20 minutes to make enough money to support the business.
Right.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a lot of fun. But then being the entrepreneur that I am, so let me zoom out. So 2024, I have the one client for like 1 month, and then I'm just doing marketing consulting and, online business management. But towards the end of the year, the business starts to dry up, and I'm like no income pretty much October, November, December of 2024. And I'm getting a little frantic.
Yeah.
Now in April, when I had like sort of gone after chefing a little bit, I had reached out to a company that prepped for pro athletes and just said, hey, if you're ever looking for chefs in the Phoenix area, let me know. Well, I will never forget this moment. Actually, I was hiking on the preserve behind my house, and I was listening to the Arnold Schwarzenegger book. I don't remember what it's called. Something about being value. I don't remember.
I know what you're talking about.
Be useful, maybe, is what it's called. So I'm listening to the book, and he's talking about Mary Shinoda, who's known as the paleo chef online. And he talks about how she launches her business. And I was just like, gosh, that's so cool. It's right there. And literally, I'm listening to this, and I have goosebumps, and my phone dings, and it's that chef company from 8 months earlier. And they were like, hey, we're actually looking for a chef to start next month to prep for a few of the San Francisco Giants. Are you available? I mean, I had no income. I was like, yep, I'm available. So 6 days later, I hopped on a flight to Denver, and I trained with them. And then I started prepping for pro athletes in January, and I got my first private client literally like the next week, which was kind of weird timing. It was just like all of a sudden the universe was like, this is what you're doing now. And that was just over a year ago, and now we have 250 clients on the roster. I no longer take private clients unless it's a really great fit and worth my time. We've moved into a meal prep model, but it's just been like the most fun year I've ever had in my life.
And so it's you coaching other chefs how to make this stuff? Is that what it is? Or this is just all your shit?
So that's a side community.
Yeah.
So we actually now have I have a meal prep and catering company here in Phoenix that serves people who are looking for performance nutrition, right? So that's really like the core of what I do is performance nutrition. But along this last year, I've built relationships with ranchers and farmers here. I try to bring in as much local produce and, proteins that I can. And so the private clients that I had at the beginning of last year, when I realized that I could not, how many kitchens can I go to in a week? 10 max. 2 a day. How many clients can pick up from my house? I was maxed at 10, and I quickly outgrew 10. So what I did was I moved into a commercial kitchen, and I brought on a sous chef, and I had him cutting veggies and doing things while I was preparing most things. And so that was like March of last year. And then we just continued to grow. So yeah.
And that's like what, like just like a ghost kitchen where you can go in and it's like you make it. Because I've went to some of those before where you just show up and it's like, I picked up stuff and I'm like, what the hell is this place?
Right.
It looks like nothing. It was like in Mesa or something. I'm like, where am I?
Yeah.
It's actually pretty cool though.
It is cool. So I moved we outgrew that pretty quickly though, because you have to pay per hour. And I mean, we're growing word of mouth. We haven't done any advertising.
Yeah.
Opportunities have come to us. So the business, it's funny because I didn't really have a name for it. I didn't know what to call it. And then as I realized that I was building a business, not just like gigging, chefing, I woke up in the middle of the night and it was like, oh, it's the Green Kitchen, because my kitchen at my house I had remodeled is green, and it's a cool name.
And so what makes like it like different from like the other meal prep companies, right? Because you look down, and I don't know enough about any of them other than like in our space, it's like the off the top, like what is it, like Trifecta or Fuel or whatever, and those are more like and again, it's all macro based, meal style based. They'll ship it to you, send it to you. But short of that, like, it doesn't seem any different to me than any of the others. Like you're kind of pre-qualling on like price or convenience or whatever it may be.
Yeah. So I ask myself this question all the time, like what makes me different? And I've as an entrepreneur, I'm sure you move the line over and over, like what's my defining things. But I didn't start out with macros or protein counts or whatever, but people started asking for those things. But I always say I'm not your gym bro meal prep. I mean, this is like...
Well, because that stuff's like... And again, there's nothing against it. Like, I don't... What's the place here? It's...
Eat Clean Easy.
There's that. What's
Scratch Made.
No, like the more the bro ones. Like Protein House or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never ate there. I'm sure it's fine. It's... Obviously, it's survived. It's there. But it seems... Like, the name alone just seems... And it maybe the food is not that. But it seems like that if I was...
Right. It's like bro.
I'm a meathead.
Food.
Like, that's where I would go. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, which is fine, right? But I'm like, oh, I want to move into more of like pretty girl meal prep, hot girl meal prep. But it's good for everyone because what sets us apart is we're completely seed oil free, gluten-free, sugar-free, soy-free, gum-free, plastic-free. So we even
that's rare.
my containers are compostable or glass. So we don't use any plastic. Those black meal prep containers that everybody uses are made from recycled electronics, so old keyboards, and they're not like I don't what's the word, not regulated by the FDA.
Yeah.
So people don't know that. But also, when you get a meal for a prep from Factor or whatever, like think about all that plastic and all that packaging, right? So I'm always thinking about what's my lowest footprint. How can we make this more sustainable?
And theirs comes, what is that like? They just dry ice, ship it to you, and that's how you get it or something?
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's local ones too here that, you can ship.
Yeah,
stuff
we've had some before. What was the place? Do you ever remember? Oh, fuck, dude. It was like, it's right on Scottsdale Road, like where that same complex is like Pomo and Sprouts. It used to be like My Fit Foods or something.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it was similar, where it's like you would go and it would have it in the refrigerator.
Right.
To me, it tasted like they put pepper on everything.
Oh.
And so like, it would be like, you know what I'm saying? Pepper like is not great, but like you can kind of unfuck some things with it.
Right.
But I'm like, that's a crazy expensive brick and mortar facility to be in and it made it for a couple years. And the food was fine. Mm-hmm. It just it wasn't my favorite.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm always asking myself, like, how can I make food as healthy and beautiful as possible? Right. I want, like, we eat with our eyes first. So what sets me apart is, like, first of all, my menu options. I mean, I'm doing like French onion pot roast and shrimp curry. And like, we make sort of fancy food. I do dumpling meatballs and buffalo taquitos. So it's not just like chicken, rice, veg, right? I like to be really creative with it. So we also do family style. So that's different. So you could order like a thing of enchiladas for your whole family. They're almond flour tortillas. You can choose whether you want like grass-fed dairy or not. So it's really high quality food. Everything is organic, which is expensive, but it's something that is really important to me.
So they go on the site and it's basically, I can check like, hey, I want to eat style XYZ, or how does it, what's the basic? I mean, I've looked at it, but for people who can't see it.
So we change the menu every week, basically based on like what's inspiring me, what's in season, what am I feeling, right? And I generally have a couple staples. So right now the staples are teriyaki meatballs, buffalo chicken stuffed sweet potatoes, and something else that I can never remember right now. But, and then I bring in like 4 or 5 other fun things that I want to make. And so you go on the site and you see what the options are. The site is really cute and we change the menu. Cutoffs are Wednesday night at 7. And then you get your food on Sunday evening between 5 and 8, delivered in compostable containers, reusable bags.
And what's like the, like your average demo or like person, like if you had to pick, like, because obviously like, I know it here, like I'm an old man and I work with old men and I work with women who are not as old, for sure. But like, it's like, I know who people, especially if it's like on the app, it's different, but like here you live in a 3 to 5 mile radius, blah, 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 like that type of stuff. Like who gets your stuff? Is it just men, women, families, everybody? What's the biggest?
I have 50-50. And so it's typically like, meal prep is, it's a bit of a luxury, right? So my income bracket is probably, upper middle class, but 50-50 men and women. And then I also have 2 demographics. Half of them are going through a health crisis themselves. So I created the food that I needed then, right? When I was so sick, I couldn't go out to eat anywhere. I couldn't eat, even at True Food, they're using seed oil. So there's a couple restaurants here that I could eat at.
Didn't True Food used to be way better?
It used to be way better. Yeah. Now you can get like chicken nuggets on the menu. It's like,
Cheesecake Bottom, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. It used to be, I haven't been there in a year. I don't mean to get off topic, but I used to go, God, they made a pizza. It was like chicken fennel sausage pizza that was great. And then they had a burger, and then they had tacos. I mean, the problem is I go there and order 3 entrees because that's just how you roll. But I'm like, it was great. And then over time, it slowly like eroded.
Right.
And then the items wouldn't taste the same.
Right.
They were different.
You can taste the quality has gone down. Yeah.
Yeah. Because wasn't that, those are Fox restaurants at first.
It was, yeah. And Andrew Weil was their main, Dr. Andrew Weil was like their main nutrition consultant. So
and now it's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. So half of my clients are going through a health journey like I was. So they have lupus, Hashimoto's, Epstein-Barr. I work with Envita, which is a cancer and Lyme like therapy center here. So they have patients come in from all over the country, and then, they recommend that they order food from us because we check all the boxes. And the other half are just people who have income. They want really good quality food delivered to them, right? They want the personal chef without having a chef in their house. And so those are like my two people I serve.
And it just comes right to their front door.
Yeah. We deliver all over the valley from Vistancia to Gilbert.
And I'm just looking like on the site in general, like at everything. How big of a pain in the ass is it to make everything the exact same macros every time? Like, doesn't that seem
we measure, yeah.
Like, doesn't that seem like a pain? I mean, it is, because I've done it, and it sucks, dude.
And these are the things that I'm asking myself as a business owner. So I'm constantly like, what's working? What's alive for me? And so you can go to another meal prep company and know these are the measurements, this is the exact same macros. So I'm developing a line that is that will be like your 5 staples every week. You know exactly what you're going to get. And they're Whole30. They are anti-inflammatory, healing. And then I've got like Chef's Choice line, which is going to be more luxury food. So as I've moved into catering this year, I get to be a lot more creative with ingredients and presentation. And so I want to work even more closely with Arizona farmers, be like, these are beets, right? We're going to do rainbow beet salad with maybe like farm raised trout or something fun that is completely out of this wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Because I want both, right? That's how I live. And so this is my business. I get to make that.
Yeah, I'm like reading the site. I'm like, what a pain in the ass this would be. It has to take forever, doesn't it?
It does take forever. But you know what else takes forever? So as I've built this business, right when I started, it was like, hey, Jeremy, what do you want to eat next week? Okay, I'm going to go to the store. I'm going to cook it and leave. Well, guess what I have now? Logistics, routes, packaging, macros, a website, like all of these other things. So I've actually built a really complicated business in a year.
Yeah, because I'm like looking at like, okay, I'm going to eat buffalo chicken stuffed sweet potatoes. Sounds legit.
They're delicious.
But it's like, and I want the protein plus version. So it's 600 calories, 57 protein, 40 grams of fat, 20, like boom, boom. Like, man, that's like seems like annoying to like really measure it all out. You know what I mean? And for me, like, because I live in this world and I eat once or twice a day and it's pretty much the same shit all the time. It's just because it's easy.
Right.
It's decision fatigue for one. And I think that's the point of this is like, it's why I wear the same essentially uniform here every day. Because it's like I wake up at 4 a.m. and I just go. And I'm going to eat the same shit every day because I don't give a fuck because it's a means to an end. Most people don't want to do that. They would hate that life. I go, but it's like I don't have to worry about it. Where this is like it is done for you, which is the super nice part. And you get to eat shit that you probably like. And as long as it fits your macros and overall calories, like you're good to go.
Yeah.
And honestly, man, it's not like I'm trying to like compare it to something like in the store that's like I think is fine, but it's like singular. So what's the dude? What is it? Kevin's?
Oh yeah.
Like Kevin's is just
paleo.
just the proteins. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not bad.
Right.
For what they are. Now, if you get like some of them are, and again, I'm always going to go like the protein route. So like for me, I probably got to smoke 100 at a serving, like that's just how I do it. And those are like 60 grams.
Right.
And they're fine, but like I think the beef one's like $15 it's just the protein. So there's nothing else. And I think the chicken ones are maybe like $10, $11, depending where you get them. And they're all like, again, I got a baby at home, so it's like it's fast, it's easy.
Right.
But your stuff is, I mean, it's pretty much, it's cheaper because you get more shit in it, if that makes sense what I'm saying.
Yeah, like there's a lot more creativity and you've got fiber and veggies. And
it's a whole meal.
Right.
Like if you're like like coconut, basil, shrimp, curry, whatever, it looks way better than like just Kevin's in the bag.
Right.
And I'm like, it's $2 more.
Yeah. And it's chef made, locally crafted, right?
Yeah, it seems like, I think that's the crazy part too, is because people just don't look at this as like a feasible option when you run the numbers. It's kind of like, oh, I eat fast food. Hey, I know it's faster to eat at McDonald's than go make elk meat at my house. By a couple minutes, though.
Right.
And also, it's dog shit. No offense to McDonald's. You guys are great. It's dog shit compared to that, you know. But it's like, you look at that, I'm like, the price, I'm actually paying less.
Right. And you're not getting organic. Like, this is organic. So that's something you can't see, but that I push forward, right? And so that's the price is reflected. But I have clients who are like, I'm saving money by buying, I don't even grocery shop anymore. Or all I buy is yogurt now. Right. Because I save money buying meal preps from you. And I'm excited about what's in my fridge.
And if you just, I guess that's I'm not trying to sell your stuff for you, but I'm like, if you just did that and you just said, hey, here's the 3 meals I'm going to eat every day. And if these worked out macro wise to what you're going to do, So if you said, hey, my goal is just be like, fucking Rambo, like peeled.
Right.
And you're like, I'm going to eat 600 to 700 calories per meal, depending on your body weight, the person you are. You could order 3 of these. It's less than $60 a day.
Yeah.
That dude, I spend obviously way more, but I am not a normal person. But if that was the goal, like that seems easier to me and it's done for you.
Right. Well, and I sell like a la carte proteins and starches and veggies too. So you could like say you want to, I have a lot of clients that add 3 pounds of organic chicken. So I have a signature way we do the chicken, and I sell chicken every week, right? To clients like this that are like, oh, I just want some extra protein. So it's not cooked. Like even the Whole Foods rotisserie isn't clean. Right?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask you about too. Like I'm not trying to talk shit about everybody today, but I'm not a Whole Foods guy. I'm not a fan in general. I don't. And again, I'm a fan. Obviously, like I'm a fan of being healthy. I look at everything. I'm also a realist though. Like if I can't watch a baseball game with my best friend and drink a beer, what the fuck are we even doing here? And again, that's just me. I'm not saying you have to do that. But you go to Whole Foods and it's like I can't get a fucking Diet Coke there, but I can buy your farm raised bullshit salmon at $28 a pound, which is nonsense.
Actually cooked in seed oil
Yes.
too, because their whole hot bar is not seed oil free, which is crazy to me.
And it's that you can get that same organic fish at fucking Safeway for half the price.
Yeah.
No, it's frozen as stiff as a board. I'm like, and you got to go make it. But I'm like, the food you're selling in there is dog shit. And also the salad by the pound is the biggest scam of all time.
For sure it is.
So yeah, I'm not a fan of. They do have amazing stuff, obviously, but you pay top dollar for it.
Right.
It's not the cheapest place to get organic meat. And there's way better options.
Right, definitely. And I know them and I use them. But
Yeah,
like there are some things that I can only get there. Like I only will buy gum-free coconut milk. I can only get that at Whole Foods now. Or I make my own. So
yeah, does Natural Grocers have it?
I actually don't go to Natural Grocers even because it's like
It's
just
right
out
here.
of my circle.
It's right here.
Yeah.
So I'm there every fucking day.
Yeah.
They do have, again, but it's the same thing. Like I gotta go. I hate going to, I think most healthy people, this is a luxury problem. Obviously we're in Scottsdale. So,
Right.
punch me. But it's like you going to multiple grocery stores. Whether you're a person like, I got to go to Whole Foods, I got to go to Trader Joe's, I got to go to the Safeway, because you can't get all the stuff in one place.
I know. I like to say I'm a professional grocery shopper, actually. Like, somehow I made being a trad wife a business because I shop, cook, and clean, repeat.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But speaking of grab and go, if we were talking Whole Foods Hot Bar, we're going to be launching in Kaleidoscope next month. So
And how many kaleidoscopes are there now?
I think she's got 8.
Because Old Town's like the original.
Right.
Yeah.
And then
That's
there's
the
one
one
in Gainey Ranch. They're in the old Madison Improvement Club now in Arcadia. So I'm excited about that.
Those are both close to us.
So you'll be able to get good, clean.
What are you going to give them? Just like you're going to pick certain things and just dump them there, or what?
So we're doing a slightly different offering for our wholesale partners. So it'll be like chicken salads and wraps, spring rolls, breakfast tacos, breakfast biscuits. I make these insane breakfast biscuits out of almond flour and house-made chicken sausage. We do like everything bagel flavor, jalapeno flavor. They're so good.
Yeah.
So it'll just be grab and go.
Kind of like, like anywhere. Like if you go to LGO.
Right.
Like LGO will have their, that's my hood. So like I'm down there. So it's all close enough.
So my vision would be, my ultimate like roadmap is to open a store like LGO that has slightly different. It doesn't have like merch, but it has luxury food ingredients, right?
Yeah.
Like as a chef, I want to be able to find green radishes, right? I can't find those anywhere. So I want to open a store where I can find those things. And I've traveled extensively. I was in Ireland last month and I walked in this store that was everything that I want to bring here. I think that we have room for a luxury market, meal prep, event space, like a really cool hybrid that's clean, organic, approachable, right?
Just a better parking lot than LGO.
LGO is a nightmare.
It's the worst.
Yeah.
I don't bring my truck ever. I can't. It's it drives me fucking insane.
Yeah.
And it's always busy. But it is, because again, you get coffee there. You can eat the restaurant there.
Right.
You can do, and then they have shit that you shouldn't buy there.
Yeah.
Their bakery is good though too.
The best English muffins in the valley.
Yeah, it does. I hate their red velvet cake too. Is great. They do a lot of. You know where else is good? I don't want to talk about all local shit on here. Arcadia Farms.
Yeah.
My wife loves that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had my baby showers there many years ago.
Oh, yeah,
and then, yeah, it's fun. So I've partnered with, I met a woman, she's going to love this little plug, but I met a woman there while I was pregnant and she was pregnant with our oldest and they're 20. and she was a baker. We were both pregnant. We became friends, and she's now launched a mushroom cookie company. It's called Mushrookie, and she's my partner.
Like not mushrooms where you're like,
you're not tripping.
oh, okay.
But they're all functional. So she gets, I think it's a half a gram in each
I'm
cookie.
fine with either more, but
Right.
I'm just making sure.
But so we're using her as a partner. So like you can also order sweet treats when you order your meal prep. So like this week we're featuring chocolate protein brownie bites, but next week or maybe we do have our cookies next week, actually.
I'm trying to look. Sweets. Chocolate chunk lions. What is that?
Yeah.
These can't be good for you.
No, they're so good. She's
how big is a cookie?
It's like this big. She's a classically trained baker, so they're like her stuff is insane. But it's funny, I met her at Arcadia Farms.
300. I mean, because the problem is I'm just an overeater by nature, so like I'm not trying to order any fucking cookies. That would not be good. I'll ask a bunch of other questions too, but how does the food like? How does it? So like, if I ordered, hey, I'm gonna eat 3 times a day every day, so I'm gonna order 15 meals, and then 15 just shows up and. What do I do? Just heat it up and I'm good to go?
Yeah, the instructions are on the site. We've got a little QR code, but our compostable containers are oven safe, microwave safe. So you can, I recommend air fry or oven just because the microwave is not great for you. But I understand we live in a...
Like you just dump the whole thing in the oven or in an air fryer or the container and everything?
They say not to air fry the container, but I have, and it's fine.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, or I'll put it in like a little glass Pyrex and then put it in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you would just order, everything comes in like our branded bags with ice packs. If you're not home, you just, pop it in your fridge and then you get to be delighted every day.
Yeah, it seems pretty simple, dude.
It is.
Especially if you're lazy. It seems like an easy fit if you're lazy.
Yeah, or busy, right? I have a lot of people who are just like, I'm a busy mom, I'm a busy parent, I'm an executive. I don't want to make another decision about what to do when I get home.
Well, you're just, and I mean, like I say lazy because it's like it doesn't take that long to make your own stuff. But it's like you're smoked.
Okay, but let's talk about that because it actually takes you figuring out what you're going to make, going to the grocery store, buying the ingredients, coming home, prepping, cooking, cleaning.
Oh, yeah. No, if you're going to make something like not like me. Yeah, for sure. Like it takes 2 seconds.
Right.
It's meat and whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't give a shit. And I'll make it in the same fucking container because it's like whatever.
Yeah.
And if my wife would let me, I would just eat it out of the pan. Like that's how I would roll.
Yeah.
I go, or just grill the meat. But most people, that's not acceptable for your kids and family and whatever, especially when you are busy as hell. Because it's like, this, like the hours of, what is it? Probably 4 to 8 used to be my most relaxing. And now
you have a child.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like bath, bed, clean up, shit, whatever. And it's like you're eating kind of when they're eating, or you and your partner are eating at different times. You know how it is.
Yeah. Well, and one of the other things this checks the boxes, people want different things, right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
like his and hers. So what do you like? You want teriyaki meatballs and she wants shrimp curry.
Yeah, because what would that be like? That's not even $60 a day. 6, 12, 18, 24, 32, 300. That's super cheap, actually.
Yeah, so I have people who order for their whole family or, just for one.
And so like, what do? You just buy a shit ton of it at once?
Yeah.
Like an enormous amount of food at one time?
Yeah, we close orders Wednesday night. We do procurement on Thursday, so that's shopping. And then we prep the food Friday and Saturday, and then it ships out on Sunday. So, yeah, it's a lot of groceries. I work out of a kitchen now in Glendale that I share with a nonprofit. So if you've heard of Thrive AZ, they help kids who've aged out of foster care.
Yeah.
And so we share a kitchen with them, and C3 is the other nonprofit who kind of like heads the whole thing. But it's been a great partnership. And last week I taught a workshop to the girls at Hope House, which is a Thrive AZ.
Yeah.
It's, these girls are 18 to 21 and they're either young moms, pregnant, or, just females. So it was really fun to teach them. And I have them come help out in the kitchen. So we employ them. It's been a really great partnership. So I'm lucky at the kitchen. We have a huge walk-in. So I stash everything. And then that's just where we produce.
And like, what is I don't want to say like not some mistake or something. Like, what's the biggest challenge like with this? Like this model of doing it, because obviously you've seen the ones that like come and go, and then there's the people like some people. I'm sure it's like they scale it too fast or they make it too quick, or we're trying to be everything to everybody, and you can't. Obviously, it's just impossible. Like I'm assuming, and I don't know. I used to say Trifecta or Fuel as the example. Like they have I don't say a niche market, but I imagine like. My dad's not doing anything, but like my dad's not ordering fucking Trifecta to the house. You know what I'm saying? Like it wouldn't fit.
Right.
And Is that the mistake most of these guys make? Is they just try to go too broad, too big, too fast? Or
I don't know. This is my first time building a business like this.
Yeah.
Like I say that to my team all the time, which I have a team now, which is amazing. But I'm like, I've never done this. Like we're going to figure it out. So one of the things that I am very proud about is that I will test something and pivot quickly. Like I make very fast decisions. And so we'll try something and be like, okay, this didn't work. Something else. Right. And then when we find what works, we move with it. And we've had to build systems for everything, right? Deliveries, packaging, food procurement, production. So
yeah, because it has to be like the science of, because we've had a lot of restaurant. Obviously, we met through D'Lo, I think, right?
yeah, we did.
Yeah. I was on the phone with a knucklehead this morning. And I've had a lot of dudes on here from him in that, and I just know that space in general from having guys here that like would run Trevor's and stuff in different places, but just the food cost and like how much do we get? How much like that seems complex to me. Like I run it's scalable here. We have an app that's in 90 countries and I'm just sitting talking to you and it's going right now.
Right.
It's the fucking best.
Yeah.
Until AI comes and kills all of us. But for now it's amazing. And also here, like if I'm running a group of 15, 20 people, but I'm not here, it works all the same.
Right.
But for you guys, it's like, well, how much food do I buy? Like, and I know a restaurant's different because it's kind of night to night basis, but you guys probably have it down to, okay, if I have X amount of orders and X amount of people, I pretty much know. But that's obviously there's probably some growing pains with that too, I'd imagine.
There is. Like our margins have been rough the last couple months because I built systems that were bigger than we needed a few months ago because I knew we were growing, right? So like we have stretched. So I would say like my biggest challenge is keeping the business profitable. Because even as we grow, margins change, right? So constantly trying to engineer margins down. I am lucky with this sort of, the meal prep model is that I don't have to buy anything until I sell it. Orders close and then it's like, okay, we have, 36 hours to get supplies. So my business is agile and I can adjust labor and food costs based on that. So I don't have to really project anything like a restaurant does.
Yeah, because it's like, I think most people who listen to this, and we have quite a few entrepreneurial type people, like when your business grows in the fixed cost model, it's all money. But when it grows and it's a variable cost, it's like, well, now that same model, it doesn't work.
Right.
Like if you're the, the owner, the technician, the manager, if you're all the things, now I have to rescale this. So like it's not, doesn't work. Or if food costs do change and shift. Obviously then it goes on to the customer or whatever. What's the pain point of like, yeah, this is actually too much versus it's not too much. So when you look, and it's just my curiosity, like when you looked at pricing in general, obviously you're like, hey, it's got to be enough to where we make money, we're not getting smoked. But do you look at across the board, like what everyone else does, and like here's kind of what's acceptable in the marketplace? Because like for fitness, right? Like if I said, hey, to work with me, it's $5 million an hour, they'd be like, Jeremy, go fuck yourself.
Right.
But if I do it where I know what my time's worth to me, and versus what the market's willing to pay, it's like your house. Right. It's worth what someone's willing to buy it for.
Totally.
So how do you guys like do pricing for that? Do you look at what's acceptable?
This is a very timely conversation because my assistant and I have been workshopping this the last week. Because
if I went on your site, and for example, not to cut you off, but if you said, hey, it's $30 a meal, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like unless it's going to make me look like, Stallone from Rocky IV, it's not happening.
Because what's important to you is what I just heard you say is the value is in how will it affect your appearance, right? But
I want to feel good.
Right. You want to feel good and you want to look good and you want to be like shredded.
Yeah.
But so for me,
who doesn't?
I know, right? Same. But my clients what's important to them is sustainability, local footprint, ingredient sourcing, right? So they might have different goals or they might have similar goals. So I price it. Yes, I'm looking at what the market holds, but also, what's my bottom line? I know how much it costs me to run this business. I know how much it costs me to buy organic chicken. I know how much it costs me to have my speed seal packaging machine. I know how much my kitchen rent is, right? And so I have to price it that way.
For sure.
And sort of put my blinders on. So I actually haven't done a lot of competitive research because our business has grown virally, word of mouth. I know that I have a winning combination. And so I don't go out there looking at everyone else.
No. And I mean, from a standpoint of for us, where someone will say, hey, if I see another product that's, comparable in terms of just what the market would see, whether I believe it's the same as ours or not, but they're charging, let's say it's meal prep stuff, right? Like you're at $17, give or take a meal, and some other guy's at 27.
Right.
But it's shit ingredients.
Yeah.
And it's not as good, and they're getting it. That tells me, I'm like, well, shit, dude. Me doing it at 17 is, I'm doing myself a disservice because this guy's in business, and the market's willing to pay that. And not that I have to go try to gouge customers,
Right.
but like if I can still give them a great product, and now it's at $20, I have a better life, I have more flexibility, freedom, more margin in my business. That's how I look at it.
Right.
And so that's why I'm always like, okay, what is the world willing to pay, and what's like fair as well.
Well, and I haven't raised prices since I moved into a meal prep model. I haven't raised prices, and we have acquired all of these new systems and technology, et cetera. And so there is a little price increase coming on certain things because we are, I'm like, okay, every week we're short 15%, right? Like I've got to make that up, and that is in the sales number, right? So I know what it cost me to run this. There's also an interesting thing that happens psychologically with like a luxury brand, right? So we can go to Walmart and buy sweatpants, or we can go to Vuori and buy sweatpants. And yeah, exactly. But like sweatpants are sweatpants. So what makes you say I will spend $100+ on a pair of sweatpants? It's the brand, it's the luxury experience. Yeah. So for me,
but those are like, and again, probably to the food point, and I don't know any of the meal prep stuff, but when it's like, if it's not organic and it's full of shit, I'm not going to buy it.
Right.
Like I just won't. And yeah, I'll pay whatever it is per pound for elk meat, $13. If Eric doesn't shoot it and give it to me, like I'll pay $13 a pound for it because I think because the macros work, it's real,
right?
And it's better than this. No offense, this bullshit 70-30 ground chuck from fucking Winco or wherever you get it.
Yeah,
I'm assuming they have that there, but that's worth it to me,
right?
So. And also, like with the sweatpants, like the Vuori ones do last 1,000 times longer, and they feel better. So it's like but for some people, they don't know the difference,
right?
But for the people who know, they know.
So I'm also playing with the idea of exclusivity. Like I will get 10 of these chickens from the rancher at the farmer's market, and when they're gone, right? So like you can only get this dish this week, and that's it. And that is an interesting buyer psychology tactic, right? Is that like
we've been to I went to Bora Bora, and it's is it Bloody Mary's is the restaurant, and they only have the fish they caught that day.
Right.
That's it.
That's it.
And depending on what time you go, they'll have what they have. And it's like the most, I mean, Bora Bora is as big as this, building I go, but it's the one place where everybody does go. It's like world famous because of that's the kind of model.
Right. Well, and have you heard of Bad Hombres, the bean burrito guys here? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's how it's like this many burritos in this drop. That's it. When they're gone, they're gone. And it creates this really interesting, like FOMO for buyers.
Yeah.
So I'm just playing. I'm playing in the world of business. This has been the most fun I've ever had in my life building this. I've met the most incredible people. I have a great client retention. Opportunities are coming left and right, but I'm just, I'm making it up as I go. And I ultimately don't want to be a meal prep company. I want to be a food experience company. So whether you're looking to experience health transformation or feeling more connected to the local farmers, and I want you to experience something when you open a Green Kitchen package or you're at an event.
Well, I think too, Kaleidoscope, for what it's worth, is more of a, I don't want to say bougie, but it's a Scottsdale. Totally. Where I grew up, there's not a Kaleidoscope juice. Right. They're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People are like, what the fuck is this pressed juice or whatever? But it's more than that. They've evolved.
It's a lifestyle brand. Yeah.
And so I guess it's a good fit.
It is a great fit.
For that, for sure.
And I keep thinking about something else. I always say I don't want to be Jim Bro meal prep. We're not Jim Bro meal prep, but
you do.
Girl dinner and pretty girl dinner. And I want to eat food that delights me. I want pink rice and I want, dill pickle chicken salad. And so how can I bring these things that I'm dreaming about to market when right now the current model is meal prep delivery? So I just get to play in this.
But I think most people too, I'm robotic in what I do just because it's easy and it's fast, but I'm not against when it tastes better.
Right.
I'm not, definitely I would prefer, I don't need the sexiness of it every day.
Yeah.
But I would take it some of the days, most definitely.
Yeah.
Like anybody would. As long as it's the food you would eat, it agrees with mine more so than anything too. It's the taste matters, obviously. I'd like it to taste good. And how does my stomach agree with the food?
Right.
That's probably the biggest key is because I spend same like you, so much time, let me build my gut back to where it needs to be versus filling it with just dog shit. And now I think, post 40, it's not so much I could still you know, you can look however doing it a lot of different ways. That's just the reality. I've lived it for fucking 30 years. But how you feel is not the same. So if
Right.
I go off the rails, and even now, like when I go eat food that's not in my normal day, like if it's one meal per week, it's not that it's going to affect how I physically look. It's not, I'm not going to do enough damage. I go, but I'll feel my sleep will be different.
Totally.
I'll like wake up sweating like I'm a fucking old person.
Yeah.
You know,
we
like,
wake up with bags under our eyes.
yeah, dude, it sucks, man.
Yeah, I know.
Like, and I share this on here a lot. I smoke these guys. And I mean this with the most love. Like, whatever they put in like crumble cookies, dog, has got to be like the worst. I've never done drugs that bad. Like, I swear to God, like they taste great. Don't get me wrong. And most big cookies suck because they're not soft. Theirs are like whatever fake emulsifiers or softeners they put in them, it fucking works. And obviously I'm sure I ate way too many, but like I would like wake up and like look like I have been like doing drugs for a week and just feel like puffy. I would just, and like not even talking like going to the bathroom is it's like a Jackson Pollock painting. It's disgusting. I go, but like that's how I would feel. And I'm like, that, whatever that is, can't be good for you.
It's not.
And that's when you start to notice, like, at least at the age I'm at, like the ingredients matter. For not just maybe it's like whether it's like nutrition, portioning, or like digestibility, whatever. It's just I feel better if I eat a pizza from like, let's say Pizza Virtue versus insert whatever, Chuck E. Cheese or whatever the fuck it'd be.
Yeah. If you can't say it, don't eat it. That's what I say. If you can't pronounce it, don't eat it.
I mean, it's we try to say like, you know, for most people, like if you just ate protein, produce, and water, wash, rinse, repeat forever.
Yeah.
And if it looks mostly like real food, like you're probably for most of the time, like you're probably going to be okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Preach. But I am creative and I want it to also look beautiful and nourish you, right? It's funny because I have to like put my blinders on a lot of times with this. So my trainer comes to me and he says, hey, I have a client or someone who has these muffins. Could you make them? Have you heard of these muffins? It's like a muffin, I don't know, high protein muffin. So he shows me the container. We go on the website and they ship them to you and they last like 2 months. And I said, I can't make these. And I can't even make a clean version of it because we looked at them. Like he had one and we looked at the texture of it. And I said, this isn't real food. There's absolutely no way this is real food. And first and foremost, I'm a real food chef. And that is something that we will always stand by, right?
Well, I look at that like, and again, I try to preface everything. There's no judgment here. When you're eating protein, to me, I would just eat protein. I'm not trying to make it something else.
Right.
I'm a Midwest dude. When you drink booze, just fucking drink booze if you're going to do it. Like it's beer or whiskey.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to have a fucking caramel, like, you know, margarita, like that's nonsense. You know, it's kind of like coffee. That's what it is instead of having this other thing. And like, I guess your thoughts too, like I'm not a protein cookie person. I'm not a protein muffin person. I'm not against them, but also like the protein bars. 90% of them are carb bars. Because when you look at if it's a macro thing, the carbs are number one. The protein's number two, and then there's fat. And sometimes the protein might inch out the carbohydrates, but there's also dog shit in, I mean, what's the real ones? Our perfect bars are as close to real ingredients, I guess. They're refrigerated, but they're not really protein bars because it's 20 grams of fat.
Right.
For
they're peanut butter and eggs.
15 grams of protein is the base, but 20 grams, so they're a fat bar.
Right.
Is what they are.
Yeah.
Dressed up as, same thing with like whether, and I'm not talking shit about them. Like I'm sure they're great if you love them. They are addicting if you eat them. But like Power Crunch bars, for example, it's like they're like a Kit Kat and there's protein, I'm sure. But I'm like, when you look at the fat and you look at the contents, like they're not great. I don't know if there's any great ones, to be honest.
I mean, there's protein in Reese's peanut butter cups. Like you could call that I always say the original protein bar is a chicken breast. Like in the kitchen, I'm like, the original protein bar, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's a piece of chicken.
It is, but that's a huge space. Yeah. And then people kind of buy into that. Well, because the framing and the positioning and the marketing of it is done so well.
Right.
And they've bought enough shelf space in pretty much every store.
I mean, now Starbucks has protein lattes, right?
Isn't it crazy?
It's crazy. But fiber's up and coming. Fiber's the new protein.
It is weird, though, how... And again, the fiber thing is interesting, too, because I do think it's one of the most... I do think it's important. I know a lot of people will fight me on that and say, like, you don't need it. This is anecdotal. I've not eaten it, and then I eat it. There's a difference with what comes out of my body and how I feel. Yeah. Now, I don't think, like, ground flax and chia seeds is the same as, like, corn-soluble fiber. I don't think it reacts the same in my body. I don't think things move the same way. But I've noticed that quite a bit, whether it be, I'm trying to think, like the Hero bread, which is like kind of that new version where that's like a wheat starch fiber where each slice is like 12 grams of fiber, but it doesn't react the same.
Yeah.
Because I've eaten it before, and if I eat 2 slices, that's 24 grams of fiber. I feel fine. Like there's no like movement, if I'm saying that in the most like PG way possible. If I eat 24 grams of fucking flaxseed, dog, like that's a different or 24 grams of blackberries or something like fiber. Like it's a different thing. Yeah. But I have noticed like that's the kind of the new trend of things. And they'll play like, I'm not a net carb person anyway either, but then they'll play the net carb game with a lot of those products. But I have seen them quite a bit.
Yeah. I don't love like the whole measuring food macro land. I really am like, if you're eating, like you said, protein, produce, water, you're good, right?
Yeah. I mean, if you like in our space, people get super neurotic about it because it's like, here's what I want to look like. And you can manipulate your body down to whatever. But for the most part, like I don't count things, but I eat the same thing every day. And I feel good. And I know, from a 30,000 foot view, everybody knows the bad things you're doing. It's just the cleanup of the little stuff.
Yeah.
Or because you can't eat, really well, and you can still gain 20 pounds if you're just not conscious of like what's going on. But if you're not eating like an asshole and it's mostly real food, it's just very hard to overeat real food.
Right.
Like you don't eat 10 apples.
Yeah. And that's why I tell everyone to start with a Whole30, because I'm like, the rules are really just eat real food, and it's very hard to overeat. And there's no calorie counting or tracking on Whole30. It's really just like eat till you're full. Eat these foods that are real foods and good for you.
And like, do you like look around like I'll just do the specific spots because of like the valley. Is there like you have like favorite bakeries here that you like more than others, or places you would stop and go like, hey, you know what, I really like this place. Like if it is an LGO or insert whatever.
Yeah, I like Proof. Proof is right by my house, so I like Proof a lot. My favorite restaurant is Otro Cafe.
I never even heard of it.
It's on 7th Street and Bethany Home. It's like, it's Mexican, but with a really fun twist. So everything is fresh. They do.
Because what is that by
pastries.
like, what, Taco Guild and shit is down there?
No, it is by, what's down there? It's next to an O'Reilly's auto shop. So like it's on my way to the Uptown Farmers Market, but it's definitely my favorite restaurant. They have a coffee shop on one side.
Yeah.
The food is fantastic. Like the seafood is super fresh. It's all grilled. It's delicious. So that's probably my favorite restaurant in the Valley. And they have a little bakery. So.
And do you have like favorite like healthy comfort foods like you go to or make and things? Like what is your...
Yeah. So those are my best sellers actually, is when I make my healthy comfort food. So like shepherd's pie, I love. Pot roast, I love. Like I love food that feels like a hug. So this week I did like this creamy garlic mushroom chicken. It was so good. And it tastes like it shouldn't be good for you. And then I get testimonials that are like, I'm down 10 pounds. My inflammation is gone. My, eczema is healing. So like all the food I'm making tastes like it shouldn't be good for you, but it's actually healing you. It's anti-inflammatory, and yeah.
And I'm like, I know you're like a huge like the seed oil stuff is a huge thing for yours. And I'll just ask this because we've talked about it here with a bunch of people before, where I don't think they're like gonna kill you, but I don't think they're great for you either at scale, like most things. Yeah. I don't think you drinking a beer a day is going to be the thing that takes 10 years off your life. If you drink 20 a day, I do think that. And you'll see this whole like the move of, I don't know if it's like Shake Shack or wherever, but like, well, we're now going to make French fries in like beef tallow versus seed oil, which is super cool, dude. But the average person walks 2,000 steps a day and they eat 4,000 calories. Like you didn't fucking do anything.
Right.
Like, I don't like that's crazy to me.
The thing is you're eating at Shake Shack.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I eat everything in moderation. Right.
Yeah.
So I do.
Because now you eat like, I don't want to say a normal person, but you're not, because that's the crazy thing too. Like when you do heal, and this is Amy Shaw said this on here. We've had a bunch of people come on. But like if your gut is fucked, for lack of a better word, you can change how you eat for, let's say it's 90 to 100 days, give or take. You can change your own gut microbiome. And so to get to the point of where maybe you used to have a reaction when you ate yogurt and now you eat it and you don't.
Right.
Like the body's pretty resilient that way.
It just sometimes you just need to retrain it, right? So I spent a year retraining my body and now I can eat everything, Right. So I don't know where we were going with that. But so seed oils. So
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of seed oils.
Like if you go out to dinner or something, or you have something, you're not like, I don't, for lack of a better term, like a Nazi about it, where like it just,
No.
it absolutely, because there's dudes here, like, do you know Troy Casey?
No.
Oh, Troy is the best.
But I know D'Lo brings his own stuff.
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
So Troy, shout out to Troy. Troy's a certified health nut on Instagram.
Oh, I do know.
He's
who he
fucking Troy is
Yeah.
great. He's fucking love you, man. Troy's the next level. He's a fucking it's nothing, bro. I mean, he doesn't have electronics on in his house at night. I mean, he's a different level of dude.
Right.
Also, I think drinks urine and suns his nuts in his backyard. So there's that. I go, but he is very much like anti everything, and I'm like, I respect it, dude. If that's the that's the hustle. It's just too. I can't operate in the real world like that.
Right.
With like kids and shit, and just trying to be any semblance of like. And I'm not normal by any means, but I don't really give a shit if I'm gonna go eat burgers and fries at you name it. Like it just is because it's not every day.
Right. But for a year, I had to be that nut, right? Because I knew that I was saving my life by making those choices. So there was only one restaurant in the valley I could eat at, Sapiens.
Yeah, I've been
It was
there.
a paleo. But so now, like, I'm not afraid of seed oils. I just don't use them in my kitchen because I'm creating the food that I needed, right, at that time. So, like, we're a seed oil free kitchen. Everything is cooked in avocado oil or coconut oil. And then we use olive oil for dressings.
Which I think makes sense because like I don't buy shit at my house. But if I go out to eat and it's like, yeah, they have ice cream, like, yeah, I'll eat the ice cream there because I'm like, it's not at my house
Right.
6 days a week. So it is a treat and there's something. And I do think food is not just a fuel source to do shit. There should be some type of, because again, there's a social lubricant with things. Like
Right.
there's reward with it. There's memories. Like I get all that.
Yeah.
I think that's important. Is there like they have a favorite meal you cook for yourself?
I love chicken piccata. I made it last night for a catering event, but it's something that I could eat every single day. But honestly, like when I come home from cooking on meal prep days, I'll eat like cheese and crackers, tuna, I mean, basic things. I'm just like, what is easy for me? But I could always eat steamed broccoli with lemon. That's like, I could mashed potatoes.
Like just by itself?
Yeah, it's so
Like
good.
that sounds like
Fiber maxing.
if there's
My
no,
stomach is growling right now. We're talking about food.
it's just if there's like no protein in it, I'm like, what are we doing here?
There's actually protein in broccoli.
No, well, yeah, I know, but like that's just, you'd have to eat like 40 pounds to like, and I would just shit my pants all night. It'd be just the most disgusting thing ever.
Yeah, your wife would probably not be happy if you ate 40 pounds
She
of
would
broccoli.
be, not to call her out, she would be way worse than me. It would just be like, it's just, again, there is something that be said about, there is a lot of digestive stress if you're not used to that. And then you don't eat veggies and you start smoking veggies, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's a rough transition.
So it's interesting when I trained to chef for the athletes, we actually like overcooked the veggies on purpose because you don't want your digestive system to take all of your capacity, especially if you're a performance athlete. But I bring that into my approach when I'm prepping for clients too, is because, yes, we need to eat our veggies, but like they shouldn't be stressing our system. So I always make sure that they're cooked properly.
And then do you have like a go-to meal like when you're just too tired, like you're smoked at home? Or is there anywhere you like would stop? And like if it's not your stuff, like would you go somewhere?
Yeah, definitely. Tacos always sound good to me. I could always eat tacos, but In-N-Out Burger, it's always delicious.
Like what
it's
taco
clean.
places would you go to?
There's a taco place at Scottsdale and Shea that I like. That's just a little
Like a real place.
yeah. But Otro Cafe has the best tacos for sure.
And is there like a dish that you have that everybody always asks you to make, whether it's like friends or family, or
It's
even
piccata.
that's it?
Yeah, it's so good.
And then is there like a food trend like you secretly like hate?
Yes, crispy fucking rice. Sorry, am I allowed to swear here? It's all
Have
over.
you been listening to this for the last hour and a half? Yeah.
It's all over TikTok. It's all over whatever. But like crispy rice, really? Like
What is that?
it's like you cook the rice and then you put it in the oven and you make it crispy and then you make it into a salad. It's like a million steps and the texture is never good. It's never good. I've tried it many times because I'm like, there must be something here. No, crispy rice is buns. It's not good.
Who's the do you ever see the guy? He's a chef and I don't see anything anymore, but he has glasses. I think he has a beard. He's a white dude. He's very monotone. He'll like review people making.
Yes.
Oh, he's
It's hilarious.
He's the fucking best.
It's so funny.
Because he'll talk. Sometimes though he'll talk shit for like a 4-minute video, and he's like, he rates him right like a number.
Yeah.
And he'll be like, I'll probably still eat it.
Yeah.
Like he'll try it, but sometimes it's the grossest shit I've ever seen.
Right.
It is wild out there, like all the stuff, because it's food, especially in Scottsdale too, because it's a very foodie place here compared to what it used to be. And now with the internet, like everybody films their stuff and has it and takes a
Right.
picture, so it is interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is hilarious.
Crispy rice and cottage cheese and everything. Like, just eat cottage cheese. I don't know if last year everyone was like blending it and this and this and this.
Well,
And
because
like,
what's the thing? The creamy.
it's protein.
Yeah, but that ninja
The Ninja
thing.
Creamy.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that thing blew up and now you don't see that anymore.
No, and well, again, like some of the trends they stay and they go, but it's everybody trying to. I don't know. I mean, hey, if you like to do it, do it.
Right.
But it just seems like I don't know. I'm more a fan of if you're gonna do and again, if it we call it like a savor food or like a Brit. If it helps you from like completely tanking your day, cool. But the fact of like I'm not gonna make cottage cheese ice cream 7 days a week, it just seems like too much effort.
Yeah.
To me personally.
Same.
Do you have like a guilty pleasure snack that you eat?
Sour Patch Kids.
No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guilty. They're so good.
We actually keep I do like them too. I never eat them. We just keep the Sour Patch gum here all the time.
Oh, fun.
If you've never tried it before you leave. It's
I'm
actually,
going to have a piece of that for you later.
yeah, it turns, like Sour Patch Kids, it just turns sour for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Sour Patch Kids. Gin and soda. I like a gin drink at night.
And do you have like a weird food combo that you like?
Cheese and pickles.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's different too.
Like a little piece of Tillamook cheese with like 2 slices of dill pickles on top. It's perfect.
It's not bad. I actually will take, like if it is like a deli meat or something and just wrap it in pickles and I just eat that. Like if I'm starving, it usually can get me through. Because that's the hard part for me. Well, for most people, I think too. Like when you've went so long, because I fast for most of the day, and then you get to that point of like almost fuck it.
Yeah.
And it comes in waves, so you can kind of get through it. But if you're making your food, that's the part in between where it's like, well, there's no shit at my house, so it sucks because you're just like basically starving.
You're an ingredient household.
Yeah. So you're like, well, it's tough because I'm like, I don't want to have like chips around in that moment because it's like you've went the entire day and now I'm like, and again, I'm not going to eat 4 chips. It's half the bag before you eat dinner. And like, that's what kind of screws you. So having like those things, like whether it's, cucumbers or carrots and hummus and things around that kind of bridge the gap for you.
Right. Or chicken salad. Like that's one of my tuna salad, chicken salad. Because if I can keep it in the fridge or have it handy, I'm like, okay, at least this is protein. If I do eat it with potato chips, then at least I'm having protein with it. Right.
Cottage cheese is that for me too.
I like cottage cheese.
I can just go in and just rip a couple spoonfuls and
Same.
it usually gets me through. Is there any like simple, I guess for people who like listen and they're just like simple seasonings or things you always keep on hand, like whether it's in the fridge or at your house. Like, so for us, it's like salt, pepper. Like I grew up in the Midwest, it's like Lowry's bullshit, or like any of the Kinder stuff. I do like
Seed oils in it, just FYI.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
But I'm like, there'll be at least something to put on like a steak or whatever it may be, like anything like that, or like I'll do a lot of the Primal Kitchen shit.
Right.
It's hard because like it's so calorie dense though. Because I have no self-control. So it's like, here's your everything sauce. And now I just squirted 600 calories on my meat like an asshole.
Right.
But it is good. And their ketchups are good and those types of things.
Yeah. So my secret spice blend it's not secret. I'm giving it here, but it's literally equal parts salt, pepper, garlic powder, and oregano. Not oregano, sorry, paprika. So it gives this like really nice caramely color too. So I use that on my chicken. And then you can just air fry the chicken breasts 20 minutes. And flip them halfway through. So you rub your chicken breast with avocado oil, coat it in the spice blend, and then air fry 20 minutes. Comes out perfectly. It's so good. And then coconut aminos are my other thing that I use in almost everything. So it's a fermented coconut. So it's like a soy sauce / Worcestershire substitute, but it's, completely clean. It adds saltiness, umami, a little bit of sweetness. So it goes in a lot of things that I prepare.
Like all the rices and things like that for sure.
Yeah, stir fries. Even like I put it in my meatloaf, which you wouldn't think about, but it adds that like sweet, smoky. And then we use I make my own ketchup, which is, tomato paste, coconut aminos, onion powder. A little bit of broth, slow simmer that. So that goes on top of the meatloaf. Meatloaf's a huge seller, actually. So like I said, people like comfort food that is done clean.
Healthy, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say I had that at Sapiens.
Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to say also that it took like 5 hours to eat there.
It was a very slow experience when I ate there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was like unique.
No, I think that that's the thing there because, it's a scratch kitchen and all these specialty ingredients. So things like we don't use cornstarch, we use arrowroot powder. So my kitchen is paleo. It's a paleo kitchen. So like I know all of those swaps that, we make instead.
Because that's what I mean. Like when you say, like, even if you're like, hey man, Kinder's has like seed oils and stuff, you're like, do you know how fucking militant you have to be to survive? Like it's almost impossible for a normal. And again, I live in the space,
Right.
and I'm here, and I make the best choices for what I'm willing to do, right? But the normal guy with 3 kids is like, he has 0 chance in this environment.
Totally. That's why he needs a meal prep company. But I know every ingredient and everything that I put out, right? I know every ingredient that's in my pantry at the kitchen. I know that I don't have a single thing with seed oil in it.
It is well. And so when you make your own like seasoning mix, like you just, obviously you guys do it different, but if someone at home does it, they're just going to take equal parts of each, mix it together, and just give it a whirl.
Yeah, store it in a little jar and put on everything. We actually have it labeled at the kitchen TGK Magic, the Green Kitchen Magic. So that's my like go-to seasoning. There's another fun way I love to do chicken, which is I blend a whole lemon, including the peel, with a can of coconut milk, salt, and garlic powder. And then you let the chicken marinate in that and then grill it. It's delicious.
No shit.
Yeah, super tangy, vibrant. The coconut milk like sort of softens, kind of brines the chicken. So it's delicious.
And then I'll just ask this too because I'm curious. Like people got into like making sourdough like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, what's your take on that?
This is a sore subject. Thanks. No.
No, people.
I had a sourdough starter a couple years ago, and I was making sourdough every week. And then this business grew so fast that sourdough is a whole project. It's like 4 hours per loaf. And people were like, "Can I buy the sourdough?" I'm like, "I would have to charge you $400 for a loaf of sourdough. It's not worth my time." So I love sourdough. I think it's delicious. My starter died, and I don't entertain the idea of ever babying sourdough again because it is just something else I have to take care of. Right.
I got some people here, like 2 clients that they'll talk about it like it's a thing.
It is a thing.
Like it's a person.
It's a subculture, right? Sourdough people are like it's a subculture. Yeah.
It's because they're like, oh, this is my best batch, and I'm like, you're talking like it's a kid.
Well, they're alive and everything changes, right? Like if the moisture or the oven or the this or how long you proofed it, like it changes every time. So it is fun and exciting. I just don't have time and capacity for that.
No, it's and what's the other one? It's not sourdough. I'm losing my fucking mind.
Kombucha.
I mean, the kombucha shit's crazy, but that's like making your own beer, though. Essentially,
Yeah.
like
I do have a kombucha SCOBY in my fridge right now. I used to make kombucha, and they live forever, and so I'm like, I'll get back to that.
Do you like any of the store ones?
I don't mind what's the trilogy?
GTs.
Yeah, GTs. I don't mind it.
I used to love when they would do. I've not seen it like they used to do all the flavor ones with the chia seeds, and the grape one was like. I would smoke those, but I haven't seen the grape in years. I don't think they do it anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen that either.
That dude started in a bathtub.
Have you heard of June kombucha?
I don't think so.
So that's the SCOBY I have at home. So SCOBY is, what it stands for, right?
Yeah.
For your listeners who might not, it's symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. And so a June SCOBY is fed on honey and green tea, where a traditional SCOBY is fed on sugar and black tea. And so the June kombucha is like considered champagne of kombucha. It's delicious.
And those all have like trace alcohol. They essentially.
Yeah, it's like less than 2%. So.
Yeah, no, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
But I think they even have the warning because like all the GTs is black tea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, those used to be my favorites for sure.
Yeah, I liked them too.
Yeah, what's the other one when they make on like St. Patrick's Day? It's like a bread, but it's fucking.
Oh, Irish soda bread.
Oh yeah, I got a lady here that brings it in. Dude,
That's so good.
It's like crack, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll drop it here. It's so terrible. I'm like, I wish you would never bring it. The only saving grace is my wife will start smoking some of it, so then it's like I don't eat it all.
Right.
But she'll drop a whole, like, what is it, Carrie's Irish Gold butter off with it, and she's like, here, make this. Yeah, that's dangerous, dude.
It is. It's delicious.
Yeah, I shouldn't be around bread for sure. But that whole, your point, like that whole culture is to me similar as like the guys who do brisket or something,
Right.
Where it's like they're talking about 10 hours to make meat, and I'm like, that's just,
Yeah.
it's such an investment.
Right. And so for me, my thing is my business, right? That's the thing I'm obsessed about. It's
Yeah.
not the sourdough or smoking meat. Like it's
Well,
the
you
business
are
and growing.
obsessed with the food
I am.
You are like it's
Yeah.
it's to the point. Like, it's way beyond what a normal person. You know what I'm saying? Because you're like every ingredient. You just don't do it. Theirs is niche down.
Right.
And also, it's like that's a passion project versus like I'm trying to make this food healthy at scale for
Yeah.
everybody and taste good and look
And
good.
affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
And
tough, dude.
yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I have an incredible all women team. I have an operations manager and like a kitchen manager and
And how far do you guys go out? So it's like your place is in Glendale, but you go to Scottsdale, Phoenix.
all over. I mean,
Mesa.
Vistancia to Gilbert is what I say. So literally like the entire valley. We have 4 regions we deliver to.
And how does it come? You just jump it at the front door?
Yeah. I mean, if you're home, you can open the door.
Yeah,
But I've got these really cool branded bags, say the Green Kitchen, and it's labeled for you. Every single item says, like, would say made for Jeremy Scott because we know. And so if you have an allergy, I try to honor those. I don't try, I do. I honor them. I have a couple clients that I even honor their preferences. So my goal, and I always tell the team this, is that I want every client to feel like they're our only client. I don't want them to feel like they're ordering from a meal prep company. I want them to feel like they have their own chef preparing these things for them. So,
And you gave us, like, I have all these discount cards here too
yeah,
that you gave us for our people.
right.
Which is basically, I mean, $20 off is actually more than.
It's more than an entree, yeah. So
Yeah.
the code is JSF,
Yeah.
Jeremy Scott Fitness.
So you basically get you get a freebie, dog.
Are we plugging the website right now?
You can plug it anytime you want. I'll put everything I'm going to put in the show notes too. So they're going to
Perfect.
find all your stuff for sure.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
What is the goal? Like the end game for all of it?
So I'd love to franchise this. I want chefs all over the country to know that it's possible for you to spin up a business like this relatively quickly, right? I did this in a year. I mean, we did $250,000 in revenue last year, year 1.
But you got to like hustle though.
Yeah,
you can't be a lazy ass.
No, but I'd love to license this and franchise it,
Yeah.
right? Because you can operate out of a ghost kitchen. You can even start personal chefing from your house. You don't need a kitchen. You need very few things. So that's what I'm teaching inside my community for chefs.
And like, what is the community exactly? Like, it's essentially well, we do this. It's a coaching group.
Yeah, it's a coaching group. So
We just don't teach you how to cook, guys.
no, I'm not teaching you how to cook
Yeah.
either. Like this isn't cooking school.
What
This
I
is
mean-
business
yeah.
school, right? You already know how to cook. Maybe you're a home chef. Maybe you worked in a restaurant. Maybe you are just obsessed with nutrition, right? Because I was kind of all of those things. I have a skill set that I've honed over time and I want to turn it into a business. So I'm teaching you how to do that inside this and how to get clients at $125 an hour. Because, if you have 8 to 10 clients at $125 an hour, 3 hours each, that's a $75,000 a year job that you're working without an office, without overhead, right? So I'm teaching you how to do that and potentially scale more. So it starts with, yes, like your personal chef roadmap. Here's everything you need to do in the first 30 days. Insurance, client communications. I give you templates inside. I give you menu templates. Like it's pretty much a business in a box. So I think we're letting in the first 20 members free, and then it'll be $37 a month, and then it will scale up for live calls, et cetera. So I needed mentorship along this journey. So I've made a lot of connections, other chefs, other meal prep owners. Like I don't know how to build this business, and I don't know what I don't know. So I'm constantly learning and talking to people. So I bring in, they'll be in the container as well to like teach us all.
Yeah. So it's like plug and play up front, and then we'll walk you through based on depending on whatever level you want to go to.
Yeah. I mean, and you might not want to build a meal prep company and wholesale and catering like I have. You might just want to do the personal chef lane, or you might want to change it into meal prep, right? Or you might want to this. So we're going to teach all of the things that I've learned this last year. We've been documenting everything. We have processes for everything. And, this has changed my life. It's changed other people's lives by the food that I'm feeding them, right? The connections I've made. It's changed my life because I'm living my purpose and I'm making a living doing it, and I'm making an impact. And I want other people to be able to do that. So that's the goal.
And what do you guys, it's like through like Circle app or something?
It's school.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Same shit.
Yeah. So school community.
That's actually super easy.
Yeah. It's called Green Kitchen Chef Collective. So I'll send you the link for that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we're literally just launching it right now.
That's tight.
Yeah. It's fun.
Well, especially if you're somebody who, to me, well, AI can't cook you. So,
Right.
you still have a job and you can make money.
Yeah.
Which you're not coding because that'll be done. You know what I mean? Like, so there's like there's the Terminators can't make food yet at scale, and you don't want them in your house anyway.
Right.
But I'm like, for me, if that's your somebody, if you're whether it's man, woman, whatever, and you like to cook and do some things, you're already taking something that you like to do, and you can just turn it into this. And maybe you don't want to do it all day, every day, but for an extra 40 G's a year, like, why the fuck not, dude?
Yeah.
If it's something you generally like, and you're creative and you think that's fun.
Right. And there's a lot of lifestyle freedom in this, right? Because I'm making my own schedule. I'm choosing the clients I want to work with. Maybe I'm retreat chefing, right? Like I'm doing a chef in residency next month in April, actually, for a very high dollar. And I can command that because of the experience that I have.
Well, and you're typically working with, this is a luxury thing.
Right.
Like this is not you're barely surviving, you don't have money. This is I have the means to do it. And you're working with people who
have the means to pay for it.
And who value it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And appreciate it. And so, it's a really viable business day one. Like 2 clients and you're in good shape. So
yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. So
and then I was asking guys too, like the meal prep company itself, like what's the goal with that? Like you want to have like a million of them?
No,
like, cause again, like if people ask us all the time, because we run a group similar to yours, except it's for like entrepreneurs,
right.
who basically it's almost like service-based businesses, like what we do. Or if it is like you're Delo and you sell insurance or you run a medical practice, it's all the same shit. It's not any more complex than like what we do. It's actually the exact same.
Right.
And people are like, would you open multiple facilities? I'm like, well, I'd rather fucking jump off the building, head first, personally. I'm like, because it's just the cost of it, everything. I'm like, we own this place. It's different. I don't want to go. I'm not dealing with that again. I go, but we can scale digitally, which is a different thing. So, and the reason I mention all that is because I know the bigger it gets, the more shit I have to eat. It doesn't matter. And like, it's cool to make money, man. And I'm very thankful for all of this. I go, but there is a level to where I can see, I'm like, oh, if it gets to be here, now the money has to be so much to where I'm willing to, I don't want to say be stressed out, but that's the only way and that's how it works. You have to be able to swallow all of that. So is that worth another $300K, $400K, $500K? It's like, if I'm drowning every day, like, is it worth it for me? And that's why I ask for you, because your stuff, if it can get big, it's like, how big would you realistically want it to be?
Yeah.
To where you don't have any fucking really control over not just quality, but like you do nothing with food now. Mm-hmm. You're just the operator.
That's actually what I want.
Yeah.
But I think that we have a lot of room for expansion. I say we have a couple hundred clients in the Valley and people are asking me about shipping. Like, absolutely not. I'm not adding an entire other arm of logistics. There is 6 million people in Phoenix, 7. My goal would be to have 5,000 clients in Phoenix before I even ship a thing across the country, right?
Oh, yeah, that seems like a nightmare.
So right now we operate on a 1-day delivery model. So the goal would be then, add a second day, which we'll be adding probably next month, but then, just begin an almost everyday operation. And so we're just running the same thing, rinse and repeat every single day. So you could choose your day of delivery. But then, if I'm operating a 1-day delivery model, so I know how much it costs me to operate my kitchen, my staff, my food costs on Fridays or Saturdays, then I'm adding Monday, then I'm adding Tuesday, so I can easily 5x my business with my current model, right? So that's the goal. Probably 5,000 meal prep clients. We have 6 catering events next month already. So catering is taking off like crazy.
And what is that like? Just like not a wedding and something, but like maybe a corporate event, or like what is it?
Corporate events, retreats, bachelor parties, bridal showers, all sorts of fun things.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
So especially because I have such extensive knowledge with dietary restrictions, so I can cater a party that somebody's got celiac, somebody's got this, and I can make the whole menu feel seamless, that nobody feels like they're singled out.
And like in Scottsdale, you're in the it's either else or Nashville, like the bachelorette capital of the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I actually didn't even think of that. That actually is a good.
So in the catering events, the margins are a lot better because nobody's worried about macros or how much protein they're buying or, what's the budget for this. You're catering an experience. The food is the experience. It's not a line item expense of your monthly budget.
And is that, it comes different, right? Than like, your...
Right. I don't have to label it or package it or deliver it. So it's all prepared on site and then, consumed at the event. So there's no other logistics around it.
Yeah, I was going to say this. I don't mean to talk your ear off all day, but like I think of like how we used to go to like parties like when I was younger, like very ghetto, like the ghetto. I don't want to say parties, like you're going to someone's house, we're just drinking booze and we're eating shit from like Safeway or whatever, And now it's like we're older, and not that you don't ever do that, but now it's like, hey, we'll all just order from Postino's and have all the stuff come like at scale. Or my wife will do, because again, it's like baby showers and shit like that, or
Right.
kids' birthdays. So it's like, hey, we'll go to Arcadia Farms and have their stuff. Or
Yeah.
our friends had, what is the place? I guess Pomo's done it, and like El Bosco, they'll bring the pizza oven to your house and they'll do the whole thing.
Right.
You guys are doing the same thing with your
Totally.
stuff.
Yep.
Just like a healthier
Right.
version of it.
Yeah, one of my popular menus right now is like I'm calling it Desert Sunset, but I've got local Wagyu from my rancher who he's got ranches in Arizona, Utah, Nevada. So we're doing Wagyu sliders and local chicken and with local citrus. So like I love to bring I'm a fourth generation Arizona native, so I'm always like what makes me proud about this state, and especially with catering events because people are visiting. So I love to share knowledge with them. My great aunt was Miss Arizona in the 60s, and she was a personal chef to Jerry Colangelo.
Oh.
So yeah, I've got this in my blood, and yeah, it's just fun. So I love to bring that. Like, what makes it unique, right? What's different than ordering from Postino or whatever? It's like my knowledge, my experience with it. I'm educating you as you're, having this dinner. So
Yeah, and it's like I'm a local fan. Obviously, the more like local. Well, Postino's was only local forever, and then now it's become a.
I love Postino.
Yeah, it used to be where there was only the original was. Are right next to LGO.
Yeah.
And then it was the one on like Central.
Right. And Camelback.
And now it's obviously grown and it's kind of all over the place. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would much rather. That's what I'm saying when people come in. It's like we joke with them like, "Where would you like to eat?" I'm like, "Well, Olive Garden." It's like it's just chain bullshit. I'm like, it baffles me that those places. And again, there's enough people for everybody. And I think all those should exist. But I'm a huge like if you can go to local places that only exist here, I would prefer that.
Right.
Obviously, if you are here local.
Yeah.
The last couple of things I'll ask quick. Just one, like when you look at like the farmers markets versus like the grocery stores. And this is kind of my take with a lot of it. And people will say this. I don't know how much of it's true. Hey, if you go to like, if it's Whole Foods or wherever and you think like all your stuff's like organic, like you're an idiot. And I would like to believe that the stuff that's labeled that like is that, but I would be naive to think that like all of it is. You know what I mean? Like versus if it comes from Joe's, like my house, we have like I live in like Old Town, so lemon trees, orange trees, it's as real as it can get.
Right.
We planted the fucking tree, it comes out of the ground.
Yeah.
We don't spray it with shit.
Right.
Like that's it. Like, do you think there is any like truth to some of that stuff? Like maybe some of like the grocery store stuff is kind of like they're bullshitting you guys, and the farmers market is like a better option.
Yeah, for sure. And I think like if you can stay local as much as possible, it's not just the organic. It's like, let's talk about the carbon footprint, right? And the footprint of what it takes. So when I buy organic zucchini at Costco, it was grown in Ecuador. It's bagged where, right? And then shipped. So like there's so much components. There's the cardboard boxes that it's shipped in. There's the plastic bags it's in. There's the trucks transporting it. There's what did it come over on a cargo ship? Like if I go to the farmer's market and buy zucchini that was grown in Williams or whatever, like I know what happened between now and then, right? So I think
Susie packed it up and drove it down.
right. So is it pesticide free most important to me, or is it like, hey, I grew this in my garden, but I'm not certified organic, right? So I make those decisions, and I would go with Susie for sure. Also, there's a lot of benefits to having the local microbiome. So eating vegetables, not washing them, even especially if they come from the farmer's market, because the soil and all the little microorganisms are actually really good for your gut health.
Well, yeah, and that's the kind of the argument of, hey, we do this, factory, mass produced farming of everything. And they're like, I do think you could get people by on like the regenerative farms and things. I go, the problem is like, the price, what people are willing to pay, and understanding like, yeah, you can pull a fucking asparagus out of the ground and just eat it versus not. But again, if it's, in this essentially fake soil that was manufactured, and again, you've watched all the documentaries and seen all it is pretty frightening when you look at it at scale, like what a chicken is versus what a chicken is.
Yeah.
And I don't have an answer for it all, but I do think the local stuff is the key for most people, just for the fact of like, if you don't support those places, they won't be around.
Right.
Like everything is, and again, I'm not against I can't say like I'm against Amazon because fuck, dude, they
Yeah.
make it so
Quality of life.
It's fucking wild, bro.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I forgot my phone charger in Palm Springs. That shit's at my house before I get here. Like that's so it does exist for those things. There's not a local, Mac charger I can pick up anyways. Who gives a shit? I go, but for most things, I think you should do the local stuff because there won't be the places like a Jeremy Scott Fitness around or wherever because it's like they can't compete in that market space.
Right.
Because it is tougher. So that's just my soapbox for people.
Yeah.
I think the same thing with the ranches and stuff. If you can have, if you can shoot the animals yourself, even better, and you can roll through them. It's expensive. It's a task. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I go, but if you can get with people, or if we can get a cow from the actual rancher.
Right.
Is that how you just meet these guys and you like work out a deal with them?
Yeah.
When you
pretty
do your
much.
stuff.
Yeah. I'm like, here's what I can forecast for you, what I need. Give me your pricing on this. And then I make my decisions. Like, he can't get me chicken, but I get all my ground Wagyu from him, roasts, pork, like heritage raised pork. So I do my best to like just ethically source all my ingredients as closely as possible.
Because otherwise, like, what do these guys do? Like the ranchers, they just sell it to whoever.
They sell to restaurants and grocery stores, actually. So
Yeah.
my rancher sells to like a couple of the casinos here, AJ's. So, I mean, I'm in pretty good company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always curious about that, like how those guys, how it works when you work out a deal with them,
Right.
and how they get it to you with everything.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because because obviously there's places here. We live in a unique microeconomy in Scottsdale too, where it's like you can go to the Arcadia butcher,
Right.
Legit, or you can go to
Arcadia
like
meat market.
Yeah.
It's very expensive.
Nelson's.
Yeah, Nelson's is very
Fuck,
expensive.
dog.
I know. Great quality though.
Yeah, or what's
Chula.
Chula?
has a great quality.
Yeah, their warehouse is right over here.
Oh, really?
Because I walk it every day and it just reeks like fish.
Oh, I bet.
Because they wash out the fucking vans outside. So I'm on my
Yeah.
daily ruck and I'm like, this is awful. But the original one is it's down in the hood. Like
Camelback.
or just no man. The first one is the dive.
Oh.
Almost like Tempe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a hole in the wall, it's nothing. The one up here this shit's nice up here.
Yeah, I haven't been to the one up here.
Yeah, that one is like a little nothing. But my wife and I will stop in there once in a while.
Yeah.
Because it's real. But again, they're not cheap.
Right.
None of those are cheap.
But that's what I'm saying. My client is looking for that experience, but in a meal prep delivery.
Yeah.
Right.
That's legit too.
Yeah. It's fun.
Did I forget anything here? Give me all the where these guys find you at, all the plugs. I'm gonna give this. They can just use this code online too, right?
Yep, for sure.
Yeah, I'll put the code in there.
Yeah,
That's
perfect.
easy. We gave away a bunch yesterday to a women's event actually, which
Great.
I was not at because I am a man, so I was not there. But yeah, this is tight.
Thank you.
So
Yeah,
I'm gonna give you one too, Sean.
it's eatgreenkitchen.com, Eat Green Kitchen on Instagram. And then my personal Instagram is Holistic Chef Shannon. And I focus, there it's a little bit more lifestyle, catering, events, where the Eat Green Kitchen is mostly meal prep stuff. So
And then you change this every week? No.
yeah, we
You
change
keep
the
some
menu every week.
You keep some stuff.
We keep like the top 3 staples I change every month. But other than that, I change it every single week.
Yeah.
What? Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at the site in general too. I would eat these.
Great. You should.
They seem so fancy to me. It looks like too, you know what I'm saying? Like it looks too fancy. Like I would never make coconut basil shrimp curry cauli rice.
But
Like,
you can
just-
treat yourself.
Yeah, no, I would do this. What is the macros on it? That actually seems pretty legit. It's like 56 grams of protein. I would always do the protein plus version.
Right.
I do like that you guys have that too. That seems legit.
Yeah, and I use like the shrimp is wild Argentinian shrimp. Like I am meticulous about ingredient sourcing. So
And what does it take to heat up? 5 minutes?
yeah,
10 minutes?
3 to 4 in your air fryer. It goes pretty quick.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
it. You have a coupon code.
I know. Like I plug you on social media. Then it's gonna go. Then you're gonna start making money, dog.
Great. I appreciate that.
Like that seems teriyaki meatballs. What's this about? Yeah, dude. Anyways, I'll put all the links in the show notes. You guys will see it. Give her a follow on Instagram. I'll plug it in there. If you guys want to, if you want to get a meal, dude, for free, it's free.
Yeah.
It's free. Yeah, it's more than free.
We also do free delivery over 100 anywhere in the valley. So if you're under $100, it's $15 delivery fee, which is still,
Yeah.
by the time you do Uber Eats, it's $15 with fee and tip.
Yeah, look at that. $21.50. Yeah, dude, that's nothing. $17.50. This isn't shit. Cool. You guys use the code JSF. You guys will get a free meal, or you get $20 off. That's the actual discount. So give or take. Pretty sick. Awesome, dude. I appreciate it. This
Really
is dope.
appreciate you. This was fun.
Yeah. You guys give her a follow. The link is in the notes below if you want to pick up some free stuff and you're here in the Valley. Again, you guys know the deal. If you're on Spotify, drop it a 5-star, leave a comment on any episode. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, don't be a lazy ass, drop it a 5-star. We appreciate you. If you guys want a free sample of AG1, AGZ, and free week of the app, hit me up. All that's below. Everything else is there for you guys. Have an amazing rest of whatever day you're listening to this. And until next time, eat well, train hard, be nice to people. And please, you guys, keep doing shit you love with people you enjoy because your life is too short not to. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.